Hey everybody, this is D Hunter, bringing another action figure review. Today, we're going to look at the McFarlane DC Multiverse Titans Nightwing figure. This is part of the collective build Beast Boy wave. I ordered this figure from the McFarlane toy store, and it finally arrived today. Shipping was quite late on this guy, and I messaged him to ask what the holdup was, and it turned out because I added an extra Nightwing figure, it got picked by a whole different team. Lesson learned. I'll be ordering bundles by themselves moving forward. So let's take a look at the packaging. As you can see at the top, 22 moving parts, McFarlane Toys, ages 12 plus, DC Multiverse Nightwing, collective build Beast Boy. This is the first of 4 figures you need to collect and build the giant Beast Boy figure. Here he is in the package. Looks like no traditional accessories, which is kind of surprising. I mean, I knew he wasn't coming with his Eskimo sticks, but he damn sure should have. He has a collector's card, display stand, and then Beast Boy's torso. One side of the package, Nightwing from Titans. Other side simply says Nightwing. At the bottom, got a bunch of credits, and there's his barcode, in case it helps anybody. And on the back side, here's Beast Boy. Here's the piece you get with Nightwing. Here's a checklist of all the pieces, and here is the rest of the wave. So with no further ado, let's open them up. And I did end up getting 2 of these Nightwing figures, one of which to open and enjoy, and one to keep unopened in my complete unopened Batman-related action figure collection. And I did get the entire wave. I ordered the bundle from the McFarlane toy store. Between the bundle discount and the coupon code, I got a pretty good deal. And next time, I'm just going to order the bundle. No extra figure. Alright. Now that we have this figure out of the package, here he is with all his accessories laid out. And that was kind of a joke, as he comes with absolutely no accessories. And that's a huge part of why I'm disappointed with this Nightwing. That, and a small size. Before we take a look at the lack of accessories, let's talk about and check out the actual figure. So this is Nightwing, Dick Grayson, Batman's first Robin, all grown up. He's still a member of the Bat family, but all the time he leads the Titans. And that's what this version's from. They kind of went with a smaller, younger version of Dick Grayson, Nightwing. They used the John Kent body, which personally, I feel like it's a little bit too small for him. And I don't know why they would make the decision to give him 2 fisted hands and no accessories. They could have easily re-released the Eskimo sticks that came with a previous Nightwing figure. And yeah, I can give him my own sticks, but he still can't hold them with just fists. Okay, done with that for now. So let's take a look at him. Starting with his face here, and it actually looks really good. Blue domino mask, hair, nicely sculpted, bunch of strands coming down over his face. He's got a half smirk and smile, very appropriate for Nightwing's personality. Of course, he has that traditional iconic black and blue outfit, the Nightwing logo, the bird on his chest, going all the way down his arms to his hands. I've always liked when they made Nightwing like this in the comics, one of his signature looks. Double jointed elbows, double jointed knees. I can see that sculpted piece there. That is definitely the John Kent body, which they have used time and time again. But personally, don't really feel like it's the right one for Nightwing. I don't know. He's been an adult for a long time. Feels like he kind of de-evolved here. And just a closer look at his face and head sculpt, which I actually think looks really good. His hands come off really easily. Just tug them out. Now I don't know why he didn't come with interchangeable hands. Well, I guess I do know. Obviously it's a cost issue. I think it's a really bad decision giving him fists. It's a really bad decision not giving him any of his batons. Just release the batons that came with the previous Nightwing figure. Give him some gripping hands. I can live with him not being able to holster them. But no accessories, and the collector's card showing with accessories is really frustrating. It's part of why I'm not feeling this Nightwing figure. And what sucks, he looks pretty damn good. I can give him my own sticks, but he can't hold them. Bad decisions, McFarlane. Definitely. Now let's check out his accessories. Let's start off with the boring stuff. Here's his display stand. It's the same McFarlane stand we've seen a million times. Black perfect circle. It says DC on the bottom. It's got one peg for the peg holes on his feet. Very thin. Very basic. Now for his collector's card. Talk about rubbing salt in the wound. We have Nightwing here. Full, larger adult Nightwing. Holding his batons. Why would they use this image for a figure that doesn't come with them? And that is a sore spot for me. Nightwing from Titans. On the backside, there is a description. If you want to read that, go ahead and pause now. Nightwing also comes with Beast Boy's torso. You can see the green skin at the top. Suit has nice texturing in its white and black outfit. And when you fully assemble Beast Boy, he's going to look like this. Pretty large. So I believe this new Nightwing is on the John Kent body, and I wanted to check that out. So, obviously their heads are different. The top torso piece looks to be off the same sort of mold, but obviously it's altered with the Superman symbol and the Nightwing symbol. Bottom part of the torso is identical. Crotch area is different. The diaper. The arms are the same. You can even see that inaccurate sort of sculpted detail down there where it's red on John Kent, and it's simply sculpted with nothing on Nightwing here. Obviously the hands are different. Going further down, the legs appear to be identical. Once again, you can see that inaccurate sculpted piece where it's red on Superboy, and it's nothing on Nightwing. And even the feet look to be exactly the same. But you know what? It actually works a lot better than initially expected. I was criticizing this Nightwing for being so small, but he's really not much smaller than an average adult McFarlane DC Multiverse figure. All four of these figures share the same John Kent body. Beast Boy, Nightwing, Superboy, and Kid Flash. And I believe the upcoming Impulse and Flashpoint Superman also use the same body, although I don't have that yet to confirm. And before we go any further, I was curious if you'd use any of these Nightwing parts to swap around and make your ultimate Nightwing. This new Nightwing, actually, he's not as short as I thought he was. It actually works pretty good, the size. I was wondering, could I put this new Nightwing's head, which is fantastic, onto the original Rebirth Nightwing's body? And can I use either one of these Nightwing's hands onto this new Nightwing figure? Time to boil up some water and do some swapping around. Here's this new Titans Nightwing head onto the older Rebirth body. It sits maybe a little bit too low in the neck, but that can be adjusted. I didn't even bother swapping out their neck pegs or anything, but it looks decent as is. Here's the Titans Nightwing with the Gotham Knights Nightwing's hands. The hands seem a little bit too big for this guy, but at least he can hold some accessories. Now I tried swapping the Rebirth Nightwing's hands, but the Rebirth Nightwing's pegs are a little bit too thick, so the hands fall right off this Titans Nightwing. So if you're curious what parts you can swap, there's your answer. Now that we've taken a pretty good look at both the figure and his lack of accessories, now let's check out his height. From bottom to the top of his head, he's standing at about 7.0 inches tall, which is taller than I expected. The body actually works okay from that point of view. It's going to translate to just under 18 centimeters. Now for his articulation, starting with his head here, of course, it can rotate from side to side. You can look up about that far, down about that far, pretty good. You can tilt his head from one side to the other. Shoulders on a ball joint goes out a little bit more than 90 degrees. Up, down, around, all that good stuff. He's got a butterfly joint between his shoulder and chest area, increasing the range of motion, covering that large gap, and interrupting his blue Nightwing logo. Bicep cut below that. Double jointed elbows that go all the way in. His wrists can rotate, and it's going to be hinged as well. There we go. Ball joint his torso, rotate around, forward and back. Another one is waist, rotate around, forward and back, giving him very good range of motion in his torso area. He can do some of those acrobatic moves Nightwing's known for. Legs, complete as a splits, not a ball joint, McFarlane style hip joints. They go forward, about that far, back, not much. Rotation, it's pretty good on this guy. Double jointed knees below that. Then his ankle, forward and back. Rotate, tilt, rock, and toe articulation. Here's Nightwing in a kicking pose. I don't know, I love putting Nightwing figures into poses like this. The acrobatic kicking of the thugs. It just screams Nightwing to me. Now let's check them out. Next is some of their action figures. Starting off with some of their Nightwing figures. Here's the Titans Nightwing next to the Rebirth Nightwing. Now, I initially thought this new Nightwing was way too short. He's really not that bad next to the other figures, but I still do prefer the Rebirth Nightwing. I kind of like Batman being the largest, Nightwing a little bit smaller, and then Jason maybe a similar size, a little smaller, and then Tim even smaller than that. Here are all 6 of McFarlane's DC Multiverse Nightwing figures. We have 3 different bodies, 6 different figures. And here he is, with all of my DC Direct and DC Collectibles Nightwing figures. Then, next to all of my Mattel Nightwing figures, here are absolutely all of my 6 and 7 inch scale Nightwing figures. I believe I have every single one, except for the first appearance DC Direct Nightwing, which they made 2 different paint variations of. Now the next 6 and 7 inch Nightwing figure to come out is going to be the Mayfix Hush Nightwing. Should be coming out later this month. Now 7 inch scale Nightwing figures are not the only kinds McFarlane has made. We've got the 3 inch, the 4 inch, and the 7 inch. What size do you like your dick? Small, medium, or large? These are all from McFarlane Toys. Here's a custom Dick Grayson in civilian attire that I threw together a while back. Here's his Nightwing, next to a bunch of different Dick Grayson as Robin figures. Here he is, next to a Dick Grayson as Batman figure. Then, next to a Dick Grayson as Red Robin from Kingdom Come. Here he is, next to a DC Direct Nightwing figure. This is not Dick Grayson in the suit, but it's still Nightwing. Now let's check him out, next to some other McFarlane DC Multiverse figures. Here are all the different McFarlane Nightwing figures they made in the 7 inch scale. Here's Nightwing, next to the rest of all the Titans figures from this wave. Get all 4 of them, and you're able to build Beast Boy. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and consider the Walmart exclusive Beast Boy as part of this wave as well. Add in Wally West, and you've got a pretty good start to your Titans team. We really need a good Cyborg and Starfire to add to the mix. Here he is, next to both Tim Drake and Damian Wayne Robbins, and then Aqualad and Kid Flash. They can all be members of the Teen Titans or the Titans on and off. Now let's check him out, next to some McFarlane modern comic Batman figures. Here he is, next to a couple of Giants, the Hush Batman and 3 Jokers Batman. Then, next to Dark Knight's Metal Batman and the Detective Comics 1000 Batman. And here, next to the Rebirth Batman and the White Knight Batman. Now let's check him out, next to some other recent released McFarlane DC Multiverse figures. Here he is with the rest of his collect-to-build Beast Boy wave. And here he is, next to the Shazam, Fury of the Gods, Wonder Woman, and Shazam. Then, next to the Arkham City Riddler and the Arkham Knight Earth 2 Batman skin. Here's Nightwing, next to the 2 most recent Mega figures, Calabac and Fulcrum Abominus. Here's Nightwing, next to the gold label Walmart exclusive Beast Boy, and I still haven't found the Vampire Joker yet. And here he is, next to the 4th wave of Page Punchers. This is an Aquaman themed wave, Aquaman, Aqualad, Ocean Master, and Black Manta. Then, next to the McFarlane Toy Store exclusive, Kyle Rayner Blue Lantern, and the Amazon exclusive Tim Drake Robin. And now, next to the Dark Knight Trilogy wave, collect-to-build Bane from the Dark Knight Rises. Here's Nightwing, next to the Kingdom Come Armored Batman, and the Dark Knight's Metal Gladiator Batman. And here he is, next to the Con-El Superboy, Duke Thomas the Signal, and both versions of the Jake Garrick Flash. Then, next to the most recent Batman wave, we have the Hush Batman, both versions of the Nightfall Catwoman, both versions of Mr. Freeze, and the Infinite Frontier Joker. And now, next to the Walmart exclusive gold label Vampire Batman and Eradicator. And here, next to the Target exclusive gold label Deadman and Flashpoint Aquaman. And finally, next to the Amazon exclusive Batman Family 5-pack. Now let's check him out, next to some action figures from different various companies, so we can see how he fits in both scale and style-wise, in case you want to know which lines you can mix him with. Since he's a McFarlane toy, they're typically the 7 inch scale. I'm going to start off my comparisons with some of the larger action figure lines I collect, and work my way smaller. But first, let's check him out with some of his McFarlane Toys brothers. In front of you are 5 different action figure lines, all from McFarlane Toys, all 7 inch scale. Then, next to some more McFarlane Toys, these are from different various video game properties. And now, next to some Jack-specific wrestling figures. And here he is, next to a can of Lysol. And here, next to some DSD or Diamond Select toys. Then, next to some DC Direct and DC Collectibles figures. And here he is, standing with some NECA figures. Then, next to some Mattel wrestling figures. And now, next to some Jazzwares AEW wrestlers. And here he is, next to some Mezco 112 collective figures. Then, next to some Mattel DC Universe Classics and Multiverse figures. And here he is, next to some Mayfix figures. Then, with some Hasbro Marvel Legends. And here he is, next to some SH Figure Arts action figures. And finally, next to some Jazzwares Fortnite figures. Overall, he's a pretty nice Nightwing figure. I will admit, I went into this figure with a bad attitude. I figured he'd be too small, no accessories, fisted hands. I was pretty negative going into this. And those are all problems that are working against this figure. But honestly, his size is much better than I expected. The John Kent body is not nearly as bad as I expected on this figure. The fists are inexcusable. Even if he didn't come with the batons, my god, give me some gripping hands for this guy. And give me some freaking Eskimo sticks for Nightwing. That is his signature weapon. Even if he doesn't have holsters to stow him on the back, which he should have, you should still give me those. They could have easily altered the John Kent body, added a couple little sort of hooks for the sticks. There are plenty of gripping hands that they've already made that would have worked for this guy. No new sculpting required. No new sculpting required for the batons. Definitely frustrating. Seems lazy. This figure looks good. Moves good. I really like the shade of blue, the Nightwing logo, etc. Articulation's good. But all those negative things definitely bother me. If I were to rate this guy, had he come with gripping hands and some weapons, I'd probably get a 7.5. But as it is, I'm going to have to give him a 6 out of 10. He just should have been a little bit better. And required no extra sculpting. All these parts are already made, McFarlane. Come on. So this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked the video, press like below. If you have anything you want to say with the video, add to the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure reviews from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate when you do that. Once again, this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I will talk to you guys real soon.